Manele Kape misses weight versus, oh my goodness, Matheus Nicolau. The fight is off, and this is a bummer because we were all waiting to see how much Manele Kape has improved, and he was a pretty good favorite versus Matheus Nicolau. If he would have won this and fought, it would have only been maybe one or two more shots until he got the title shot, and this is extremely disappointing because Matheus Nicolau, in the previous fights, hasn't shown that he's gotten that much better compared to Manele Kape. Manele Kape has looked really good. His striking has looked much improved. His cardio looks better. His pressure looks better. His power looks better. His takedown defense looks better. So this is a huge blow to Manele Kape's, path to the title. And this is someone who has criticized his opponents in the past, like Alex Perez, right? When Alex Perez had to cancel the fight due to a medical issue, this is what Manele Kape said. He said, "Unfortunately, my opponent just came to the weigh-in to pose and take a picture. Inside me, I felt that he would not have the courage to face me. Our energies were totally different, and I knew that he did not want to be here. He did not want the same as I wanted, and it was notorious the fear that emanated from him. But I was surprised to see him getting on the bus, and I really thought we were going to fight. Even after grabbing him by the neck and giving him some good slaps in the chest in the meeting room. We arrived at the arena, warmed up, turned on my hands, and only 3 fights left for a fight he just gave up. Your DNA is an abomination. Unlike you, my DNA is from fearless warriors coming from the Queen Njinga Mbande. My DNA has history. I killed by the sword and died by the sword inside the battlefield, you coward. Cowards die several times before their death." I mean, this is a guy who just pulled out due to a quote-unquote, a virus. And this is what he said. He said, "Guys, I couldn't make the weight this time. 2 weeks ago, I was extremely sick due to a virus that happened here in Las Vegas, and I had to stay out of training for 5 days and fill myself with antibiotics. Not only affected me, but many of my training partners." So if you have a contagious virus, why are you training with other training partners, right? I think you got to be isolated, have your own little team work with you, so you don't get all the other fighters sick. That's just a terrible decision, in my opinion. So it looks like that's the first mistake he made. And then he says, "My coach and my manager thought it was better for me to cancel the fight due to the stage I was in, but I decided to move on and not cancel." Okay, so you decided to move on, not cancel, but you couldn't make weight, even though you were sick 2 weeks ago, right? "My opponent didn't accept to fight or accept my purse. That is very understanding. He did his part and I didn't do mine. I don't blame him," right? But not only did you not do your part, but I think you need to address the fact that you've criticized Alex Perez in the past for not making weight due to medical circumstance. I think you need to man up here and really show why this is unacceptable. He says, "I will give him my entire purse if he wants to fight, but things are as they are, and I take all the responsibilities. Last year I had 5 fights canceled. One of them was my opponent, 11 pound above. Even so, I agreed to fight. Thank you to all the UFC PI nutritionists who tried everything for me to make the weight. See you guys soon." Right, so he says he was extremely sick 2 weeks ago. He had to stay out of training for 5 days and had to fill himself with antibiotics. Yet we see an interview just 2 days ago, and this is what he said. Just watch the interview.
How are you feeling right now?
I feel good. Feel great. Feel great.
"I feel good. I feel great." This is 2 days ago, guys.
It's a good weekend. I'm gonna fight. So
It's a good weekend. I'm gonna fight. So he's basically telling everyone that his weight cut is going well, on point, and he's gonna fight. But it sounds like he just didn't have the mental fortitude to go through that weight cut, do everything correctly. Maybe he wasn't 100% focused.
This is obviously an opponent you're familiar with. What were the thoughts when you got the name?
it's good because I wanted this revenge badly, and facing Matheus Nicolau again. It's just gonna prove that the judge last time was wrong, and it's time to beat him very badly.
It's time to beat him very badly. Unfortunately, you couldn't even beat the weight cut. my friend, and Mateus pretty much beat you this time before the fight even began. So he looks fine, in my opinion. In 2 days, I think if you have 2 or 3 days to just focus purely on a weight cut, you should be able to do it. If you've done everything correctly, had your nutrition on point, even if you're sick, you should still be focusing on your weight cut, right? And so this is, in my opinion, not acceptable.
You knew you always wanted to get that one back. Were you asking for it, or did it just fall into your lap?
No, it just fall into my lap because anyone else want to fight, and the other fighters that was ahead of me, they are scheduled to fight, and yeah, I was supposed to fight Kai in December again, and he didn't accept again, and so the only option was Mateus Nicolau, and I accept.
Have you been following his career since you left?
So Kai Kara-France didn't accept it. I remember, I think Manele was talking trash on Kai Kara-France, right? He was criticized for, I think, some homophobic slurs or something in the past as well. Yet now he doesn't even make weight, you know. So it's pretty terrible, terrible excuse. And let's watch the weight cut with Manele Kape here. And honestly, he didn't really look that
we
bad
all need
or
to take
that
care
sick.
of ourselves.
I can't really judge
For
like
Manele
100%. But to me, his face just screams disappointment in himself. Right? He does not look like he's been attempting to cut that weight. Like he just, you know, when you got a weight cut, you're going to look super duper lean. He looks like he hasn't been focusing on it at all. Yeah, and he just looks super disappointed himself.
Official weight 129.
You know, you can see the confidence just gone in his face. So this is a huge blow to the UFC 234. This is something that all the fans have been waiting to watch. Manele Kape. You know, a lot of people have been thinking he's a top contender just because his striking, his power, and his much improvement would be, you know, giving a lot of guys a trouble. Guys like Alexander Pantoja or Brandon Moreno or Royval, right? But unfortunately, he did not come through. So a lot of fans are going to criticize him for this, and I hope he, you know, learns to better manage himself. He is still kind of young, so he's got time. But, you know, hopefully he comes through next time. All right, so I got to give Mateus Nicolau props for actually showing up and making that weight. This is Mateus Nicolau. You know, he looks much better. Looks
Official
much
weight
more
120.
confident, like he's been in the gym and focusing on that weight cut. Right, he looks way better than Manele Kape. All right, so that sucks, but we still got a good fight card today, boys. Hopefully, all our picks come out. And if you guys didn't watch my UFC betting prediction, hit the like and subscribe button and check out my past videos. It's my first video, and I got some UFC betting tips there as well. All right, so I hope you guys have a good one. Hopefully it's a good card. Let's go, boys.